The villagers always said the lighthouse at Black Hollow Point was cursed. Storms always seemed to hover over it longer. Ships wrecked more often near its jagged shores, and every lighthouse keeper assigned to it had either gone mad or disappeared. But Evan didn't believe in curses. He was a practical man, recently discharged from the Navy and looking for quiet work. When the lighthouse job came up, he jumped at it. Months of solitude, decent pay, and a view of the sea. It sounded perfect. At first it was. The days were calm. He spent them reading, fishing, or tending to the lens. The fog rolled in most evenings, swallowing the cliffs below. He liked the isolation. No phone, no visitors, just him and the ocean. But on the seventh night, something changed. He was climbing the spiral stairs when he noticed it. Footprints on the metal steps, wet footprints. Small, bare, and leading down from the lantern room. Evan stood still, listening. The wind howled outside. The beams of the lighthouse swept across the sea. But no one was there. He told himself it was a prank. Maybe some kids from the village. But the tower was locked every night, and no one had come in. He checked the doors again, still bolted, still secure. That night, he slept with the light on. The next evening, he found a message scrawled in the fog on the inside of the lantern room glass. "Don't let the light go out." He wiped it away, uneasy. Maybe he had done it himself without realizing. Maybe it was a warning from a previous keeper. Just old condensation. Right? But then came the knocking. At exactly 3:03 a.m., a soft tap, tap, tap came from outside his bedroom window. He lived at the top of the tower. There was no ledge, no balcony, just solid stone and a drop to the rocks below. He didn't sleep after that. The following night, the light flickered. Just once, briefly. But in that moment of darkness, Evan felt something watching him, something close. He turned, heart racing, and swore he saw a shadow pass across the wall. Not cast by the lantern, but something inside the room with him. He began staying awake at night, making hourly rounds, watching the light, watching the sea. That's when he saw them, figures, standing on the rocks below the cliff, far out where the tide should have pulled them under. Dozens of them, motionless, all staring up at the tower with hollow, glowing eyes. He looked through the old logbooks the next morning. Pages and pages from past keepers. Most were routine maintenance notes, until the final entries. They grew frantic, scribbled. Some words scratched so hard the paper tore. Voices in the fog. She walks the stairs at night. The sea is not empty. Do not let the light go out. That night, the storm came. Waves slammed against the cliffs. Lightning danced across the black sky. Evan worked furiously to keep the light steady, oiling the gears, adjusting the flame. The wind howled like a chorus of screams, and then the flame died, just for a second. But in that second, the world changed. The wind stopped. Total silence. No rain, no sea, just blackness and footsteps, slow, wet, slapping against the stone floor behind him. He turned, barely breathing. There stood a girl, no older than 10, pale, soaked to the bone. Seaweed tangled in her hair. Her eyes were hollow sockets, and her mouth hung open, jaw slack. "Why did you let it go out?" she whispered. Hands reached from the shadows. Too many hands. They dragged Evan backwards, toward the window, toward the sea that wasn't there anymore. The last thing he saw was the girl's face pressed against the glass, smiling. The Coast Guard found the tower empty 3 days later. No sign of Evan, but the lighthouse is still operational. The light never fails now, no matter the storm, no matter the hour. And sometimes, if you stand on the cliff and look up, you'll see a man inside, moving in circles, always watching, always keeping the light on. Because now, he knows what happens when it goes out.